Dated for 6 years, married for 11 months, divorced for 1, then dating again. This is the story of Paul Simon and Carrie Fisher. Now, the pair met in the late 1970s when Fisher was still an up-and-coming actress, just on the brink of becoming Princess Leia, actually. And Simon was already an established musical star at this point. And despite their 15-year age gap, Fisher was just 21 when they met. They quickly formed a connection. In her 2008 memoir, Wishful Drinking, Fisher describes Simon as a magic person, someone from her tribe, whose presence in her life seemed inexplicable but inevitable. And becoming tangled, they certainly would. Across more than 12 years, they dated, split, became engaged to other people, reunited, married, divorced, and then inevitably started dating again. And during one of these separations, Fisher actually became engaged to her Blues Brothers co-star Dan Aykroyd after he saved her from choking on a Brussels sprout. Minutes after he performed the Heimlich manoeuvre, he did the only thing he thought was right and got down on one knee. Fisher accepted and got the rings, but then got back together with Simon. And their relationship continued into the early 1980s when they found themselves facing another breakup. According to Simon biographer Peter Ames Carlin, they thought splitting would be too sad, so they decided they might as well get married. And the prospect was apparently enough to make them fall in love all over again. So in the end, the two married in New York in 1983. But the old problems soon returned. Fisher later recalled a honeymoon argument which she told Simon, "Not only do I not like you, I don't like you personally." And they tried to keep fighting, but ended up laughing about this. And after just 11 months, they did divorce. But even that wasn't enough to finally sever their connection. They began dating again roughly a year later, and Fisher would help Simon with his son Harper, who was from his first marriage. Their final attempt at reconciliation came during a trip, as you do, to the Amazon. After taking part in a psychedelic spiritual ceremony, Simon wrote the song Spirit Voices, while Fisher experienced a vision in which she felt pinned beneath Paul's ever-spinning, ever-controlling brain. And she took that as a sign that the relationship really had to end. And finally, it did. But Fisher never regarded it entirely as a failure. She said, "It's all a shame because he and I were very good together in ways that were good." So, for all the chaos, Simon and Fisher had ultimately found something genuine in one another, even if they could never quite make it work.